Hi, fourth graders. For today's reading lesson, you are going to have a chance to practice fluency. And remember, fluency is the rate and accuracy with what you read. And in school, sometimes your teacher might call you over and have you read some passages for a minute to find out how many words per minute you're reading. So that's what fluency is. So you're going to choose a book in your home to practice fluency, and you're going to be recording yourself for one page. So not a minute, but a page. So I went to my bookshelves, and this is the book I'm reading right now called This Is the Way It Always Is. You can see I'm about halfway through. This was one of my son's favorite series, Brandon, the Swindle series by Gordon Corman, Zoo Break. A lot of our kids loved reading mysteries, and Nancy Drew was another mystery series. We had the book Matilda, which has been read a lot. And one of my favorites is called Number the Stars. So what you'll do is you'll choose a book. And it could be a book in your backpack or if you have a book in your home. But I'd like it to be a book that's just right. So when I open a page, I can tell that this is a chapter book. It doesn't have pictures, it's mostly words. Choose a book with words, not a lot of pictures. It should be just right, so you should be able to read most of the words. You're going to take a screenshot of this picture, or this page. So you'll take a picture of this page, and then you're going to record yourself reading the page using your best fluency. So that means sounding out words that you get to that you're unfamiliar with. It means taking your time to read carefully enough to understand, but not with big pauses in between your words. It shouldn't be what we call in school robot reading. We don't want to hear how fast you can read. So it shouldn't sound like this. Chapter 3, Where's Mrs. Hirsch? The days of September passed one after the other, much the same. Anne Marie and Ellen walked to school together and home again, always taking the longer way, avoiding the tall soldier and his partner. Kirsty dawdled just behind. Can you tell how that's not very pleasant to listen to? And we don't want to read too slowly like this. Chapter 3, Where is Mrs. Hirsch? The days of September passed one after. So can you hear how that might be a too hard of a book to choose if you're reading that slowly? So try to find a just right book, okay? And when you're reading, you might get to a word that you're not quite sure how to say it. And just sound it out. Practice that skill of word attacking the skill, chunk it out and try saying the word. Think about what it could mean and then move on. And I'm going to model that for you. So I'm going to read, this page has 3 paragraphs. I'm going to pause my voice when I get to periods or punctuation. And I am going to model stopping and pausing, which is okay to do as a reader, and sounding out a word. Okay? Chapter 3, Where is Mrs. Hirsch? The days of September passed, one after the other, much the same. Anne Marie and Ellen walked to school together, and home again, always now taking the longer way, avoiding the tall soldier and his partner. Kirsty dawdled just behind them or scampered ahead, never out of their sight. The 2 mothers still had their coffee together in the afternoons. They began to knit mittens as the days grew slightly shorter and the first leaves began to fall from the trees because another winter was coming. Everyone remembered the last one. There was no fuel for the homes and apartments in Copenhagen, and the winter nights were terribly cold. So, have fun today with this fluency activity. We look forward to seeing what book you choose to read. Remember, step 1, take a picture of one of the pages, and the last step 2 is to record yourself reading it with your best fluency. We look forward to hearing your books. Thanks, fourth graders.